Hi guys, so welcome to another crafty release by CrafTangles. It's a release which has been long due, and due to the current pandemic situation, unfortunately, we could not release as quick as we wanted the release to go out. And because of obviously the obvious reasons, there is not enough manpower, not enough transportation issues, a lot of things, especially in Bombay. It's been raining really bad, and in terms of pandemic, how the situation in Bombay is. So, anyways, I don't want to delve into the situation because it has already taken up a lot of our time this year, and it's time to be productive and do some releases. So, what we had a quite a big release planned, where the items were divided over a lot of things like. As you know, we normally, whenever we do release, we try to give out something for each and every one of our artists. So there is something for watercolor artists, there is something for our card makers, there is something for our decoupage artists, there is something for our scrapbookers, and so on. So what we have decided is that at least for this month, we will divide our release in two parts. The first part will keep it a small one and a quick one, and we'll focus it on card makers and semi scrapbooker kind of products. And in our second release, which is going to be a bigger release, we will be targeting our decoupage artists, our scrapbookers, our watercolor artists, and so on. So we'll try and do releases in parts, so that ways we could focus on one product and show you what all things can you create with that product. Also, one thing that you would have noticed this year, or I think late last year since we have tried, is that whenever we do a release, we try to give out some demos to you, some sample products which we have created using that particular paper, or, sentiment sheets, element packs, stamp set, cardstock, etc. So what happens is that you get an instant ideas on what you can do using that particular stamp set, for example, or that particular paper. So now you don't have to worry, because in the end, we all love our craft supplies, and we sometimes tend to go overboard and invest a lot into craft supplies, and then we realize, will it be worth it? How many ideas or how many designs can I make with this particular product? So we have done that for you. We put in extra effort and we create designs, and we do that for you beforehand. So along with the release, you can see how that products can be used in so many ways. And then you decide whether you want to invest or not. We as a brand like to be as transparent with you all in terms of designs, the ideas, even the product quality, etc. So we try to give out as much information for that particular product as possible, so that post that you can take a decision. So I will start with my first part release, which is stamps. So a lot of you have been asking for stamps, and one of the reason why we have reduced the number of stamps that we release in a year was because we could not give out as many inspiration to you all. As we said, from this year we are trying to give out more inspiration for you per stamp set, so you feel that you get worth out of it, rather than just going on releasing blindly and not giving out enough design ideas to you all. Now, sorry, I was doing some demos, so you can see I already have some inky fingers, but that's okay. That's the part of being an artist and the whole fun in it. So without any further await, let me share with you our first stamp set that we are going to release. It's a floral stamp set called You Are In My Thoughts, and it's designed by Radhika. So a huge shout out to her for, she has done a lot of floral designs for us, and even cute girly stamps for us, and she is an amazing artist to work with. No tantrums, nothing, a super cool person and a really creative person to work with. So this is a stamp set that's designed by her. So it has this beautiful flower in it, and this comes as an extension to our already released stamps, floral stamps. So I'll share with you some of them. Now you can see this is my stamp set, and you can see how thoroughly used it is. And that is where I'm going to show you so many ideas that you will, I'm sure you will enjoy the amount of cards that we have made. So not only me, even my designers have made it, and throughout this month, Ishani, Paru, they are going to share a lot of ideas with you using this stamp set, you know, where they'll create and they'll bring their own twist to this whole stamp set. So this is the stamp set which we are releasing, and here are some of the old ones. Now don't mind the packaging, you know, I normally get the first stamp set that even before it is released, so I normally have the sample packs with me, but you will get something like this, you know, properly printed and everything, so don't mind mine. And then this is the Lotus Stamp Set which we had released. So we do try and release florals now and then. A lot of people ask that, you know, you have a lot of character stamps, but we also have florals. So I just wanted to show you a few of them. Now, there are a couple more. I don't have all of them, but what I'll do is I'll link a few of them below, and these were the some that I have right now with me, and I wanted to show you. So we, again, one thing which we have been doing from past 1.5 years is that we have been trying out to give you a lot of inspiration for our old stamp set, you know. So for example, for this particular stamp set, I have these 2 cards that I had made, and I also have a couple where I have made using this stamp set. And apart from that, also there's Paru, Ishani, Rahmat, who have been using this stamp set and making beautiful cards with it. So whenever, you know, because we get a lot of questions, we, again, you know, a lot of people ping us on our social media handles or on our WhatsApp number that can you give us some inspiration using this particular stamp set, etc. So if you want to see an inspiration for any CrafTangle product, just go to our website, which is www.handmade.com, and you find this particular product. Like for example, let's say you want to see some inspirations for Hello Lovely. All you have to go to is go to that website, Hello, and search for Hello Lovely stamp set. And once you open that, in the description, you will see at least 1 or 2 videos. If not, you will see more, where a lot of our designers have created demos for you. You know, they have used this stamp set in videos, etc. So you will get an idea on the quality, on how it stamps, how it works with different product, how you can combine these designs to create so many ideas. So, you know, that is what we have been doing, and you know, that is how we have been changing our release model slowly and steadily, so that you get more inspiration and more bang for your buck whenever you buy any CrafTangle product. You know, because we all understand during these times it is important to make right financial choices, and you know, you invest in right products rather than just a momentary lapse or feel where, you know, you get so excited and you simply buy the product. No, we want you to use it, and we want to give you so many ideas out there so that, you know, you will at least get inspired, and of course you will bring your own twist to it. You know, you can use it in your own ways, but apart from that, we also want to share some ideas with you. So that is the changes that we have been doing in past 1.5 years, you know, where we have slowly reduced the number of releases we do, but we are trying to bring you more inspiration so that you get more bang for your buck. So anyways, I will dive into the stamp set first. So this is a 4x4 stamp set. You get 1 main floral design and you get 4 sentiment. So in all, you can create a lot of cards using just this sentiment and any ink pad of your choice, and you know, coloring mediums, or you can use papers, etc. So I'll be sharing some of the ideas with you, but in all, this stamp set is a whole stamp set in itself, meaning that, you know, it has sentiments as well as the main focal design, and you don't need to club it with any secondary stamp to create your cards. So I'll share with you some of the cards that I just made today before the release, you know, because I wanted to give you even more inspirations. So this is one card that I made today. Now let me just zoom in. I'll just keep it here so you can see the stamp set as well. Yeah. So this is a card where I have created a simple colorful focal point, and you know, colored it with this is CrafTangles watercolor paper with CrafTangles liquid watercolors, and I have stamped it using just a minute. So yeah, so this is the products that I have used. Sorry for the extra noise, guys. Yeah. So this is the ink pad that I have used, which is Versafine Onyx Black ink. So this is a waterproof ink that I have used, and then I have done some watercoloring on top of it, and then I have done some shading using my Staedtler pencil. So this is just regular Staedtler watercolor pencils, but I have not used them as watercolors. I have just used them to enhance the the focal point using, and I'm used it like pencil. So you can use anything. If you have tricolor pencils, Prisma colors, whatever you have, you can combine two different mediums and create a simple card like this. So this card did not take me more than 20 minutes to create, including the coloring part. So you can make some quick and easy cards like this, and they are equally beautiful. So it depends on you how you want to take it. Now this sentiment, I will get onto it later on, but I wanted to show you the sample. Then the other one, this one is an old one. So yes, so these, if you would have seen my video, you would have seen I had created these two cards on my YouTube channel. So this uses CrafTangles liquid watercolors and CrafTangles sentiment sheets. So this is love sentiment sheets. And along with that, I have used some die cuts and again some CrafTangles liquid watercolors to create a simple Mother's Day card, a very simple card. Because a lot of time, whenever, if you are making it for a particular festival or you're making it in mass, it is always necessary to have some CAS card ideas with you. And that is what we try to bring you, a combination of something which requires a lot of extensive designing like this and something which is equally simple, which you can easily mass produce for a lot of people. So, it depends. Everybody has a different style and everybody likes something different. So we try to bring you a combination of different styles in our stamp set so that, it gives you more ideas on how you can use it. And maybe some of these ideas you will like, maybe some of them you'll not like, and I'm sure you'll bring twist to each and every one of them through your own designing and your own ideas. So yeah, this is the second card of Mother's Day that I had created. So I have used this stamp set as a background. So I have stamped it and I've just done some very loose watercoloring on top of it. And then I have used, so I had die cut this mom word, and this is the negative die cut that I have used, and it spells out mom. And then I have added this sentiment sheet. So this is CrafTangle sentiment sheet on top of it. So this is how the card looks. So you can go out, you can do very precise, pretty coloring like these, with pencils, and you can do some shading, or you can do very loose watercoloring like this and create the cards. It all depends on what is your liking. You can use this stamp set with pencils, with watercolors, with Copics, whatever works, whatever floats your boat. So then I know a lot of you have been enjoying Slimline cards. So I wanted to show you a few of the Slimline cards today. Now I showed you we have existing designs, right, in the Floral Stamp Set. So what I did for this particular card was I combined this Tulip Stamp Set. So this is a Just a Note stamp set. Again, it is designed by Radhika. And again, a very pretty flower along with a set of sentiments which can be used as a standalone stamp set in itself. But we have combined this design and I have combined this new stamp set to create this Slimline card because, I love making. I have recently tried my hand on Slimline cards and I have been loving it simply because you get a lot of space. And a lot of space for me means that you get a lot of space to color. And whenever, I'm bored or angry or whatever emotions that I have and, I'm tired of working, I normally go and color. So what I do is I try to cut these panels and then I simply stamp and color them. And later on when I'm free, I make Slimline cards out of it. So that is what I have done for this as well. I have combined various floral stamp set by CrafTangles. So this is CrafTangles watercolor paper. This is cold press watercolor paper. And then on top of it, I have stamped and then I've colored using CrafTangles liquid watercolors to create this basic scenery. Again, it this particular panel did not take me more than 10 minutes to color, because I wanted to do very loose watercoloring that. So, I've just dropped in colors that you can see, just dropped and spread the colors. And then what I did was I came back with my Staedtler pencils and I have added some shading to give it more depth and realistic looking. And at the same time, this actually looks like a painting, on if you have seen watercolor paintings lying in people's houses on their wall, it looks like that. So that was the whole idea. Now this is the second one, which is very similar. So these two slimline cards are very similar, but you can see the color changes. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Yeah. So the colors have changed. You can see here I have used eggplant, which has given you that pinkish, bluish, purple tone. It's a dual tone liquid watercolor. And over here I have used Poolside, which is another CrafTangles liquid watercolor, along with eggplant. So eggplant I have used here. So that is why over here you can see some purple tinges in the smaller flower. And on the bigger ones I have used more of Poolside to give me that blue color. And then I have again done very loose watercoloring. I did not worry about being inside the lines. I just went wherever I wanted to put colors. That's it. That was my whole plan. And then I have emphasized both these cards. You can see over here I have emphasized using the colored pencils. So that is how I have created these two slimline cards, because I know all of you have been enjoying a lot of slimline cards lately. It's just a different way from your regular A2 cards. So we'll come on to A2 cards. You can see I have these many inspirations to show to you. So we'll come on there, but I wanted to show you a couple of slimline cards as well. So these are the slimline cards, and the third one that I wanted to show you was this one. So again, what I did was here I colored using liquid watercolors, CrafTangles liquid watercolors on CrafTangles watercolor paper, 100% cotton cold press. And then I have die cut this out using CrafTangles circle dies. And then I've just eyeballed and made it a focal point of my slimline card. And I've just stick this sentiment. This is a pre-printed sentiment. We'll get onto it. But yeah, this is a very simple design, a very beautiful card. But I love how different, this looks from this. Even though they both are essentially similar. So these also have a circle die cut. This also have a circle die cut. But because of the dimension and the layout, they look very different from each other. So that is just another way in which you can extend your stamp set. You don't have to just restrict yourself to a particular size or, particular, even with the same mediums, because, I love my watercolors. So I normally always reach out for watercoloring whenever I'm coloring any image. And that is why I like to bring out more variety for you all on how you can do it. Now, I could have also gone and added my clear drops over here, but unfortunately, as I said, I made them today and I could not, it would have not dried out by the time I would have shot this video, and that is why I did not put, but I want to put it and later on I may. So I'll put on some clear drops over here just to emphasize. So there are various ways in which you can play with stamp set. You are not restricted just with coloring mediums. Even using same coloring mediums, you can use papers, you can use different coloring techniques, you can combine two colors. So I could have gone with Copic and combined and created that layered look like how I have created with pencils. So there are so many ideas. Just experiment. So anyways, I'll not take a long time because I can see already it's almost 20 minutes now. So I'll just, so this actually is, I have created this card, I think back in April, and post that we have been waiting, for situation to improve so we could do a release, full-fledged release. And that is why you can see how nicely I had packed it and kept it, because I was not sure on when we could do the release. But there I durust hai. So I'll just open these for you. Give me a moment. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here are the 3 cards that I have created using the same stamp set. Now over here, I have not colored them. As you can see, I have kept it plain, and I have combined them with another medium and die cuts to create these quick cards. Now these cards, I was able to complete these 3 cards, I think, in around half an hour. So 10 minutes each card. And I have used this pre-printed sentiment by CrafTangles. So these are love sentiments. So I just simply cut them and stuck them. So that is another way to make quick cards. You don't have to worry about stamping or anything. Simply just cut these sentiments and put it. So you get it in white and black, and you can decide which one makes more sense. The white one also you can color. So you can, let's say if you are using distress inks, so you can color them with distress inks, stubbings, mudra inks, whatever you want to color them with, and you can match them with your paper. So you can do that as well. And over here I have played with colored cardstock. So this is CrafTangles 250 GSM colored cardstock. I think this is old lace, if I'm not sure. Again, don't I forget, because there are more than 25 colors, so I tend to forget the names. But I think this is old lace, and this is flamingo pink that I have used, along with so this is CrafTangles stitch hard dice, and this is CrafTangles rectangle dice. And these gem drops that you see are our old release. So these are CrafTangles gem drops in all those pretty shades, and these are semi-translucent, so you get that beautiful pastel kind of look. And this is clear gem drop. So yeah, again, you will find a lot of demos on all these products that I'm talking about, the cardstock, the gem drops, the sentiment sheets. Just go to that particular product page on our website, which is www.hnDMD.com, and just put in the name of that product, and you will find a lot of inspirations as well as video on how you can use that product. And you can see the demo of those products so that you know what you are buying before you are buying it. So yeah, these are the 3 cards. And then over here I have used this floral stamp in another different way. I have actually done some paper piecing using this stamp set. Yes, it was a time consuming task because this floral design is rather intricate, but I really love how this came out. I mean, look at it. It's so pretty. So this is Felicity paper, CrafTangles Felicity paper. I have used a 6x6 paper to cut this image out, and then this particular, I think it is part of the stamp set. Let me just check. Yeah, so this is So Happy You're My Friend. It is part of the stamp set itself. And yeah, so this is how the card looks. So this is another one, again some quick watercoloring I have embossed this stamp on top of CrafTangles watercolor paper, and You Are In My Thoughts is again the sentiment from this stamp set. And then I have put in an embossed panel, and I have created this card. So probably over here it will look flat, but when I tilt it, you'll be able to see that impression. So in real person, you'll be able to see the design completely. Like when I'm holding it here, I can see it properly. But probably in camera, you may not be able to pick up all those beautiful embossing. So yeah, that is that. Then this is, I am not sure if you can pick this on camera, but in real life, I can easily see it. So I have stamped this using some holographic Ranger embossing powder. And this is an alcohol ink panel that I have created as a background. So you can easily go ahead and combine mediums to create some beautiful cards. So this is our dual textured cardstock, which you all love. So I have used that with our ink blending brushes to create this blended background, and then I have colored them using Copics. So again, a very different look. So this is a more subtle look, and this is a more dramatic, bright look. And I have actually used this stamp set to create a background. So this is how the background is created. So you can do that as well. And again, both these sentiments are from the stamp set itself. So as I said, you know, it's a standalone stamp set, so you don't need any other sentiments. It covers most of the basic sentiments that you are looking for. So this is again another colored cardstock, and this is gold embossing, and then at the edges you can see I have done the same trick. I have used pencils to add depth. I have used dark maroonish pencil to create that, and then these splatters are by CrafTangles Gold Dust Liquid Watercolor. And this is a simple card that I have created, simple but dramatic because of the way in which I have used the colored cardstock and the embossing, you know, the gold embossing. So, and again, this card took me less than 10 minutes to make. So it's not necessary that, you know, any floral stamp set that you use, it will take you 1 hour, 2 hour to color. Yes, if you enjoy, you can definitely do that. However, if you don't, then there are many tricks which you can use to make your life easier with watercolors, with Copic, with colored cardstock. So there are many ways in which you can use. You're not just restricted that, you know, if you know coloring, then only you can use a floral stamp set. So here is 2 more cards where I have, so this is more like a scene kind of a card that I have created using this floral stamp set, and again I have fussy cut it out. So I do love fussy cutting, and now and then whenever, you know, the mood strikes, I do that. And this is again CrafTangles liquid watercolors. Give me a moment, I'll just drink some water. So this is CrafTangles liquid watercolors, and then this is some ink blending that I have done to create that cloud-like effect using CrafTangles Nature Stencil. And then the sentiment is again from the stamp set. So, you know, many ways. So this is such a cheery and bright color, you know, I mean, such a beautiful card. I would have loved to get this card whenever somebody, you know, is gifting me a card, because it's such a beautiful and bright card, and, you know, it makes your day. This window panel and all that, it's really fun. And this actually is a window panel. Let me just see. It was a repurposed window panel. So I'm just trying to find out. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's over here. So this was what I had die cut, and then this is the negative that I have used. So I never throw those negatives, you know. You can reuse them. Then this is a stenciled background. So this background is created using CrafTangles ink blending brushes. These brushes that you see, along with stencil. So this is, I think, net lace. So this is CrafTangles net lace stencil on dual textured cardstock to create that effect and, you know, that focal point for my stamp set. So it actually looks really pretty. You see that subtle design which, you know, it goes out, it lightens out. So that is the effect that we have created. And then this is the stamp set. And I have again fussy cut the design out, and then this sentiment is again from the same stamp set, and that is how the card looks. So here I have used our masking stencil. So this is our masking stencils, which are again a huge hit with our card makers. And so I have masked out this part, and then I have done some rainbow colored stripes, and then after removing the masking, I have stamped the sentiment. So this is actually, entire thing is one layer. This is the second layer, the sentiment. So this is again love sentiments from CrafTangles. So this is pre-printed sentiment sheet, and this is just technically a one layer card if I remove this part, you know. So play around, see how you can use different products. You know, it doesn't always have to be expensive. Same thing can be used in multiple ways. Then let me just okay, I'll show you this one because this and this I think are similar. Yeah, So this is masking stencils, and this is again masking stencil, and I have used the heart-shaped masking stencil by CrafTangles to create that graduating effect of hearts. And then I have just stamped this, and the background is actually a printed paper by CrafTangles, and this is Love Sentiments by CrafTangles. So again, this card did not take me, so this card did not take me more than 10 minutes. A very simple card, a very quick card, and with that graduating effect, I did not have to color. Now if I could go back, I would probably add some more shading over here just to emphasize the flower, you know. That's the only thing I would change. But then you can make these kind of cards and they look equally pretty, and they are so easy to mass produce, guys. I cannot tell you enough. Like, they are so easy. And there are so many ways in which you can use this stamp set to create those kind of looks. Now again, this is a duo, a set kind of, sorry. Yeah. So over here, what I have done is I have created that watercolor panel, and on top of it I have added an acetate. So this is CrafTangles thick acetate. So it, as you can see, it's quite thick, you know, it's quite thick. So, and on top of it I have used this sentiment to create that repetitive embossing pattern which you see. So happy you're my friend, so happy you're my friend. And then I have added CrafTangles sentiment. So this is CrafTangles sentiment sheet, and so this is the negative actually, and the positive I have used over here to create that so happy you're my friend background. And I have added this again fussy cut image of the same flower, and this is again a pattern that I have created using masking stencils and another one of CrafTangles stencil called bubble background. And then this is the sentiment from the same stamp set. So, you know, mix and match your supplies and see there are so many ways in which you can use them. So this is a very simple card. This, in fact, you know, it is for those who are interested to learn how I make all these cards, I have a class on Handmade Course website which is called as Card Making 101, where I teach you 20 plus techniques. You know, if you are a beginner of card maker and want to learn how to stretch your stamps, how to use different mediums, how to think like a card maker, and, you know, create your own designs, then this class is for you. Even those who are in advanced learning and still want to learn more about card making, this class is definitely for you. So in this card, I have used this stamp set by CrafTangles, which is You Are in My Thoughts, and I have created 20, I think 30 cards actually, 28 to 30 cards using just this one stamp set in different ways, along with different mediums, playing with different styles. So, you know, that is how you learn how, because being a card maker, it is really important you know how to stretch your supplies, be it your cardstock, your stamps. Stamps is one of the most important part of being a card maker, that you learn how to use your stamp in a different ways, according to me. Because, you know, it doesn't make sense that just because there are 100 stamps out there in market, you need to get each one of them. Even if you have 10 stamps, trust me, you can make beautiful cards in thousands of ways. All you have to learn is learn the techniques and learn how to do it, and this particular course teaches that. So this is, I think, my day 1 or day 2 card where I teach how to do coloring. So over here we get into the basics of coloring and then how to play with different mediums. So you can see I have used vellum, I have used colored cardstock. So this is emerald green cardstock by CrafTangles, and this is CrafTangles notelets that you see, the base of my card. And this is just some twine for added interest, and this is CrafTangles clear gem drops. So, and this is CrafTangles sentiment sheets, you know. So there are many ways in which you can just use, pick and choose simple supplies and create beautiful cards which are, you know, a standout. So that is what I teach in my card making 101. I will be linking that in the description below, the course link. So in case any of you are interested, you can go and visit that as well. This is a shaped card. that I have created. Again, this card took me, I think, less than 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. If this die cut was ready, it would have took me 2 minutes, not more than that, because I have just stamped it, and I have created that graduating background using ink blending brushes by CrafTangles and distressings, and these are CrafTangles sentiment sheets, and I have created this pretty card. I would have loved to get this card, guys. These kind of cards really make my day, small, pretty, simple. So this is again from my card making 101 class. So here I want to show you two cards. So these are two similar cards, and they follow the same concept. But because of the layouts, the products that I used, they look different from each other. I have even kept the base cardstock same, so you get an idea. So these all are the things that I teach in my card making 101 class. But again, you can see the stamp set over here. This is the same stamp set that I have used, and I've created this die cutting look. Along with that, I have used these CrafTangle sentiment sheets, love sentiment sheets, and I have created this look. So these are the backdrop that you see is CrafTangle stencils that I have used. So again, these are more of a pastel looking light, shabby chic kind of cards. Then here is another one of my favorite, a shaker card, and with a colored panel. Now, for those who have joined my class already, you would have seen me use this panel, color this panel using very different product. That is what I also show you, that if you have products already lying around, whether they are watercolors, not watercolors, how can you extend them and use them? So that is what I show you in this class. And this is a cute shaker. There's something about shaker, that makes your day. See, I enjoy jiggling them. So yeah. And this sentiment is again from the Love Sentiment by CrafTangles. A simple and quick card to make, and equally fun. And these are seed beads by CrafTangles. So these are, I think, translucent white seed beads by CrafTangles. And I have created this shaker card. So this is another shaped card. So I think this was the two cards that we create. So this uses the pattern paper, and along with that I have used this sentiment stamp, and this is the pre-printed Love Sentiment by CrafTangles. So yeah, a quick card, again a very small card. You could have create, if you are into gift giving and all that. Okay, I don't know why is it stuck. Okay. So if you are into gift giving, and if you like to create gifts for giving out to people, and you're looking for a way to jazz up your tags and things like that, these are very small ones and very quick ones to make, and you can actually use them like tag and write here to and from, and whatever, happy anniversary, happy birthday, and same goes. So you can, it's just a way to make your gifts more personalized. And then this is another card where we learn a lot of coloring techniques, etc., and how to play with colors, etc. And as you can see, this is a very simple card. I have kept the coloring very subtle, and again the sentiment is from this stamp set. So this says with sympathy and love. So I normally feel that we don't get a lot of stamp sets in market where those are made for sympathy and things like that, and I feel that is also an important sentiment to have in a stamp set, because there are chances that you will have to create such kind of cards for people you love, and I feel sometimes just talking with people does not work. Writing it down helps them. So that's why we have included this with sympathy and love sentiment, and that is what I have used here to create a very light and subtle card, and a card which says it's okay, we understand you are going through things, and yes, we are with you. So that is what I feel this card resonates with me. So yeah, those were the, I think, I have shown you 20 plus cards and some of the new slimline cards, shaped cards, die cut cards, paper piecing cards. So there are a lot of techniques that went around in making, and definitely a lot of time. So I hope you enjoyed all these cards that I showed, and it gave you ideas on how you can use CrafTangles products and even other products and combine them to create so many beautiful cards, whereas each card is very different from, you know, the previous one, and create very unique and beautiful cards. And at the same time, I wanted to show you some slimline cards as well, because they are the raves these days. And you know, I feel that if you have a stamp set and if you are making cards, why not make some slimline cards as well, because that gives you a more way in which you can stretch your stamp. So yeah, that was some inspiration for you on this particular stamp set, which is You Are in My Thoughts. Now I move on to the second stamp set, which is Family. So this is a small stamp that we are releasing. It's a single stamp. It's a 2x3 stamp set, and it says Family, where life begins and love never ends. So this is just a simple quote sentiment, and this makes a beautiful focal point, guys. I mean, I have made a lot of cards where I have used these existing sentiment stamps. So this comes as a part of our 2x3 family, and we already have a lot of sentiments in our 2x3 family. There are a lot of love ones. So this is Love You to the Moon and Back, What I Need, and then I think there are 4 or 5 more love sentiments that we already have. And then this is one is for books, where it says you can't buy happiness but you can buy books, and that's the kind of same thing. And then, you know, we have for mothers, for father, for, so we have one saying for mom, one for dad, and so on. And then apart from that, we have also extended that family to create this new stamp set, which is Family. And you will see a lot of inspiration over this month, both from me and my design team members, where we will be making a couple of cards using these as well. And these already, you know, if you go on the website, you will find inspiration for all these stamp set that I'm talking about. This is the new release, these are the old release. So just search these on our website and you'll find a lot of sentiment, a lot of cards that we have already created using these. And you know, there are already tons of inspiration there. And this is the Family one, which we have launched because, let's say, you know, during such times, especially during this pandemic, there is nothing more important than family, and there is no bigger lifeline than our family, you know. So that is why we wanted to give out this particular stamp set in this release as an ode to our family. And I want to dedicate this particular stamp set to my parents, my in-laws, my brothers, my husband's sister, who have all been our lifeline and support during these difficult times of pandemic. And I'm sure that, you know, we'll be giving out lots of ideas on this particular stamp set as well. So yeah, that wraps up our stamp release.